Please wait. Yes, let's start today's session. See, in the last lecture, we were discuss about console application basic programming, that too using Visual Studio 2022. Okay, so in this, uh, first of all, if you want to open your existing project, like what we created in the last lecture, with the help of .NET framework, you can see this is the folder .NET 8 PM, which is in desktop. This is the app console app 1, and we created like all the configuration files, bin, debug, and this is executable file and program debug database file. Okay. But this is only I created with the .NET framework. We have seen in the last lecture how to change the startup object when we use .NET framework only. But I don't want to continue with the .NET framework because our target is .NET Core framework. First, let's open Visual Studio. So Visual Studio 2022. See, for the first time when we open, this is, okay. So recent application list is there. Yesterday, what we created like .NET 8 PM console app 1, this is created with the .NET framework only. But today I wanted to create a .NET Core. For example, you can see create new project. And now you can see we created, we selected in the last lecture this template. But today I wanted to select this template, which is core related. So if it is core related, how to handle with multiple classes, even how to change startup object also, you will come to know. But meanwhile, let me delete this created folder, which already I have. So I'm deleting this one. So which is not really required. Right now, .NET 7 PM, sorry, .NET, oh, it's my mistake. Sorry. I want to restore it because that was 7 PM, which I don't want to disturb. So let's delete 8 PM, .NET 8 PM folder. And this console application, I want to delete this. Yes. Now this folder is not having any application. Yesterday, which I created, that folder name is completely .NET framework through. Today, I'm showing you clearly .NET Core version through how to prepare application, what changes are especially we will see. So simply go to Visual Studio, and instead of selecting previously console app .NET framework, today I'm selecting console app, which is core framework template. I'm selecting C#.NET language, all platform console type application. Now you can see the moment when I select this template, core template especially, click on next, and you can see console app 1 project solution name, and which is going to store in .NET 8 PM folder, which I created in my desktop. The location is clearly there. And next, immediately when we go to next option, you can see this is very important options which I am showing in this window. You have to observe carefully. What options here you can see? The framework is .NET 8.0. It's not 4.8, 8.0 it is. That means core version this is. If you expand this drop down list, there are so many core versions are there. You can see core 3.1, 6.0, 7.0, 8.0, 9.0. This is standard term support. It's not fully released. So we are in .NET 8.0, that is C#.NET 12 version. So C.NET 8.0 framework is selected. Okay, fine. But notice one important thing here. There is one more option is there clearly. Do not use top level statements. It is there. Do not use top level statements. So if I deactivate, what is going to happen? Activate, what is going to happen? You can see this. For example, I'm activating this. Do not use top level statements. Or else we'll see deactivate only. Do not use top level statements. Okay. Yes. So do not use top level statements. We are deactivating. With this, how the application will create, you can see this. Now click on create. Just observe the differences. Yesterday also you have seen while creating .NET Framework console application, default structure came. Now we can see default structure. Because of that deactivated, that is do not use top level statements. Now we can see directly console.writeline hello world is there. Is there any structure of the program, sir? No structure. Just because we created this with do not level top level statements, I have deactivated, no? So that means what? All the header files like all usings, main method, classes, completely hidden format. So that's what this is not good practice in at beginning level. The reason is you can't understand really the block of code, which is where we are in main method or else class or else in which library. So you don't get clarity if you practice like this. But it works well, sir. It will execute, no problem. You can see when I run this, it will compile and execute, and immediately the output is also coming like hello world. If you do not use top level statement, but you can see as we expected, if I run this again, it is window is coming and going just because of to stay back to our screen. We have to use what console.read here we have to use. When I run this now, it's there here completely. Hello world is available in console window clear. But this is not the way to create console application. You can see in this Solution Explorer, we have console app1 program.cs. In this program.cs, we don't have any structure of the program. Why? Because just we created the console application using do not level top level statement. So that is the reason what my plan is. Let's go back here, close the Visual Studio once. I'll reset it. Let's open .NET 8 PM. This console app1 again, I'm trying to delete. The reason why, because just now I have deactivated the checkbox called do not level top level statements. So that means all the top level statements are a project hierarchy like header files and everything. By default, it will come over there, but that's not good idea to create a console project. So that's the reason I'm showing clearly Visual Studio 2022 again. Create new project. And now this time you can observe, I'm selecting as usual the first template, which is core template, C#.NET language, all platform console. Click on next and console app1, which is stored in .NET 8 PM folder. Let's click on next. Now this time I am activating this checkbox, do not use top level statements, means no top level statements are required. Directly all the statements will come in complete the structure of the program. Now click on create. Now this time the difference you can observe here. Previously, which I deactivate the checkbox, do not use top level statements. Now I am activating the checkbox. Now you can see this is the basic structure we got. Previously, we got only this line, top level statements are completely hidden format, but that's not good idea to practice at beginning level in the .NET programming, because you must know that the application name inside the application class, inside the class main method, inside the main method, the statements clearly. Okay. So console.writeline hello world. So let's add some statement console.read to stay back to our screen. When we run this, but before run, I'm going to show you this project folder, console app1, bin, debug, .NET 8.0, there is no files are created. Okay. So let's build and run. So at a time you can run and compile both by hitting this option, or else do you want to build separately, you can click on build console app1. So let's do this one. It's compiled successfully. And now you can see hello world is coming. But after execution of this program, first program, just to check once what is there in this folder. Console app1, bin, debug, .NET 8.0. Now these many files created or not. So look at this console app1.json. Okay. JSON means JavaScript object notation, because it is a cross platform, no? which can be run on any operating system with JSON common understandable format. DLL files also created, executable files also created, runtime configuration JSON file also created. Just because of .NET Core version. If it is .NET Framework, and these many files not created. So these are the project files. Now let's see this. Go to Solution Explorer. So console app1 program.cs. We are handling with right now this program. By default, one class and main method is coming. This is entry point, which is program. How to add extra class to this project or console application? Same. Similarly, go to Solution Explorer. Right click on the console app folder. Go to new. You can see go to new. Sorry, add. Go to add. Click on class. So either you can select these options, class template, and give the class name and click on add only. Or else I have shown clearly there is shortcut to add the class to your console application now. So simply project menu, add classes. Once you click on this add class, and there is a class template we have to select, especially we are in C#.NET items. This is the class template. And this name you can change, no problem. Whatever the name do you want, you can change it. So I'm selecting class 1 only. Let's click on add. The moment when we select a class 1, now you can see we don't get usually any main method. Okay. So main method, I'm not going to, sorry. By next class, whenever we add, generally main method it won't get. First time only when we create new console application, your class name along with main method it produce. But the moment when we include next class, extra class to the same application, usually generally we don't see that main method. We have to prepare main method by writing static space void space main, M capital. Or else there is a shortcut key to generate main method, SVM, type SVM. You can hit double tab, okay, or else single tab. Single tab key you can press. Automatically main method generated here. SVM, S for static, V for void, M for main. Simply click on the tab key from your keyboard, automatically main method generate. Now this time I wanted to write some method, console.writeLine. So I'm writing here, welcome to DURGASOFT. Okay, fine. Then to stay back to our screen, simply console.read method I'm using. Fine, sir. So this is the program. So in yesterday's session, I clearly says that while working with the .NET Framework template, to work to execute any class, okay, to execute any class, we have to change startup object. But startup object changing is somewhat different in .NET Framework and as well as Core Framework. Right now, today we are working with the .NET Core Framework. Our continuation sessions are completely Core Framework only. But little bit changes are there, sir, here. But if you run this directly, it will give error. Look at this. Because there were build errors, would you like to continue and run the last successful build? No means there is a clearly says that program has more than one entry point defined. Compile with main to specify the type that contains the entry point. So as usual, this class 1 is having one main method entry point as well as program.cs having one main method entry point. So compiler will get ambiguity situation, means confusion state. To avoid that confusion state, as a programmer, you should set the startup object from which main method onwards you want to execute your program. That's the reason we need to change startup object. So how to change startup object, especially in core framework, means look at this. Simply console app1, right click. I'm asking you console app1, right click. Last, you can see there is a properties option is the last property, properties. Click on this properties. Once you click on this properties, you will be open a new window, settings window here. In this window, you just scroll down this window. Now you will be able to see the startup object drop down list. You are going to see that. So you can expand that. Currently in your application, what programs are there? How many classes? 2 classes. So which program do you want to start? You can decide. I want to start execution from class 1. So startup object, I'm changing console app 1 dot class 1 I'm selecting, but don't forget to save changes by hitting save option. And after that, simply run this. Your class 1 program is going to execute now. These are the small changes in settings while changing startup object in .NET Core platform simply, sir. Okay, so just this is the output program. Welcome to DURGASOFT. So close this. Again, you want to run previous program, program.cs. Simply go to console app tab already which you open. Startup object is there, no, here. Expand it, program, save changes, and run this. Your program.cs will run now. This is different. Hello world is coming. So first program is running. So easily we can able to manage the startup object. Once again, I'm showing the option. See, go to Solution Explorer. Right click on console app 1. In the bottom corner, properties are there. So this is the property window. Here we have startup object drop down list. You can change what class do you want to execute and click on save and then run. That's it. So this is the way to change startup object. But one more important thing I'm telling you, apart from following these steps, okay, if you don't want to follow every time these steps, changing startup object, there is one more option also there, sir. The simple option I'm saying, listen carefully. This is also the way to change startup object. Instead of going to Solution Explorer, right click on console app 1 properties and all, many steps instead of following, simple step I'm showing, observe here. Simply instead of right click on console app 1 project solution, double click on it. What I'm saying, double click. So simply you can see I'm double click on console app 1. Once you double click on console app 1, you will see one more settings window is opening now. So if you right click properties, this settings window is open, properties. If I double click simply on console app 1, this type of setting window is opening. But here so many options are there. You can see startup object option is there or not, console app 1 dot class 1. But here only you can write simply every time. You can see I wanted to execute program. My class name I am mentioning program. Save changes and run program.cs will run now. Hello world. But next you want to change, okay, suppose you are in program.cs. If you want to run class1.cs, you have edited something class1.cs you want to execute. Simply go to this window. Here console app 1, class 1, you can give the name manually class 1, or else simply you can copy this class 1 name without avoiding spelling mistakes, paste over there, save changes and quickly run this. You will be able to execute class 1 only. This option also is there clearly to change startup objects. Options are very clear. Which option you are comfortable, you can go through that. Suppose in future, next when we add one more class 2, class 3 like that, then we have to change, keep on startup object here only. Instead of going to settings and all. Okay, this is much more process. No, that's what I am going to follow this structure clearly. So now coming to this, one more important thing. Do you remember in the last lecture, the moment when I start console class, the system namespace was activated. But why, sir, this is not active now? Okay, did you got the clarity? In the previous lecture, okay, when I use console class here, automatically the system namespace was activated, but still today not activated here. The reason is what you know, especially in .NET Core platform. Here you can see, again, double click on console app 1 settings. What is the tag he is automatically enabled, sir? Look at this. This tag is important tag. Implicit usings. Enable option is there. Okay. So enables. That means what? This implicit usings enables by default built-in usings enabled automatically. So we have activated already. So that's the reason, even though in the class1.cs program, in the program inside when we use console class, it's still not activated because implicitly automatically activated that is. Got clarity? That's what. Even though if we give comment section, you can see this. I'm giving comment. Nothing wrong. No effect here. In the last lecture, while working with the .NET framework, when I use comment section, immediately the impact is here error. The reason is in the .NET framework, implicit enabled using is not automatically enabled. So you have to manually create. So even if you comment or uncomment, no changes here. Okay. But one thing you can see this, I'm going back to settings. What happens are if I use disable instead of enable, I'm writing disable. Save changes. After doing changes in settings, you must save. Now, just because of disable, implicit using disable means manually how to include. Now you can see this. I'm using console class system activated or not? Yes. But the moment when I queue comment section, this line using system comment section I'm making. So this line is completely comment. Sorry, just I'm keeping the mouse pointer here. I'm trying to give comment section here. So commented. Once I commented this line, what is the reaction you can see? The name console does not exist in the current context. Already I said console is a class in console application. This class is present in mainly what namespace? System namespace. If you don't include in the header file like system, the console class, it will not work. You can see rather than you are getting error also, there were build errors. So the error is clearly the name console does not exist here. Why sir these many errors are there? Total 8 errors are there, but we are having 2 errors only, no 2. Total application level, you can see program.cs is having here console, console, console. Okay, repeatedly. Okay, console application. So that's what here many errors are going to be show you console, console, wherever the console represent here by default. So you have to implicitly manage. At least you can see system dot console we have to use. In this program, we are solving this issue. So just because we have not include system library here, so console is not working well. So by default in .NET Core, what they did, implicit usings are enabled, means basic usings already enabled. So programmer no need to get confused. So automatically that was enabled, which is basic mandatory things. So automatically whenever the programmer is writing the code, so automatically the usings are working well internally, even though it is in not active, but it's work well. So this is implicit usings enable advantage is this one only. Or suppose you forgot to include the namespace on the top system, so it's give error. So implicit usings already enabled in the settings. So no worries, it works well only clearly. So this is important settings. We have to manage everything. So basics are very important, sir, to manage this .NET especially. The reason why without having basic information, you will get confused again. Okay, so you must learn all the basics from the scratch, so that you will be good at coding part and manage the things and everything here. Every detail you have to know that. Fine, sir. Well and good. This is how to change startup object we are getting. So how to change startup object in two different ways, like by going to directly uh, double click on console app one and changing the class name here only instead of going the other steps clearly. Okay. So we are managing somehow the programs here. Next, I want to what we can say declare the variables or something, because just we have given some statements only. Welcome to DurgaSoft, something like this only. We are not dealing with some any variables and all. So let's create one more class to deal with variables and all. Okay. So let's add the class. To add the class every time, no need to go to Solution Explorer, right click and okay, add and class like this. These are the waste of time to follow this step. Simply you can see go to project menu on the top, add class, class selection template and class2.cs you can give. CS means C# extension, sir. C#.NET extension is .cs. Add it, new class is created. Very simple. And you want to add main method, simply SVM, press tab key, automatically main method is coming. Now this time for a change, what my plan is int. So this is the data type. And later in tomorrow session also we'll discuss basic data types and all. But just I want to work with variables right now. How to work with variables and how to deal the output statements I wanted to tell you.
Suppose he int emp id, sir, employee id equals to 1234. Okay, it's a variable. See, integer is a data type. Emp id is a variable name. Equal to is a operator. 1234 is a value. This is semicolon, that is terminated line. End of that. So if you don't give semicolon, it give error, sir. Next to what I want to take string emp name. Employee name equals to, suppose I'm giving Mohan. Okay. So next, look at this. Int employee age I'm giving. Emp age, sir. Emp age equals to 40. So these are the three variables. These are emp id variable, emp name variable, emp age variable. Okay. Generally, if your variable name is two words are there, just better to give underscore sign. This is the valid declaration. So I have to follow some standard naming convention according to the real-time scenarios. That's what I'm giving emp underscore id, emp underscore name, emp underscore age. But notice this some underlined green squiggly is coming. Why the green squigglies are noticing here means you declare the variables, but you have not used. When we place mouse pointer on it, it says clearly the variable emp underscore id is assigned, but its value is never used. Okay. So now below, I wanted to display the details of this employee ID, employee name, employee age to the output window. So let me write console statement. Now automatically the underlined green squigglies are going to be hides are actually. Now you can say I want to display employee ID. So with the description, employee ID, okay, colon, plus is a concatenation, emp ID I'm going to use. IntelliSense shows clearly whatever you declare, emp ID capture by entering that. Now notice this employee ID is completely gone the warnings or not. Yes, because the variable I have already used in the console.writeLine output statement. Console is a class, WriteLine is a method, employee ID is my string name, just a description, which is I want to show you in output window. Plus is a concatenation sign. That means adding this variable data to this statement purpose we use concatenation. Next line, you can see automatically you can hit tab key because automatically the Visual Studio 2022 is showing that user is expecting console.writeLine on the next line also. No need to type, just tab key you can press, automatically it will capture that. And double quotes employee name colon plus sign emp underscore name I am going to use emp name, that is fine, sir. This is emp name. Next console.writeLine employee, what we can say, age colon plus emp age, I can say that employee age. So this is employee age, sir. So this is very clear actually. No warnings and no green color squigglies are coming because you declare the variables and you are printing them. To stay back to our screen now, console.what read simply. Now totally how many classes we are having, sir, in this application? Class 1, class 2, program.cs. But now which class do you want to execute? Class 2. Let's copy the name by hitting Control C. Go to the console app 1. How this window you will get? No, this is the way to get this window. Double click on console app 1. Automatically this settings window will come. Here just if you want change, here you can change class 2 instead of class 1. Save changes, Control S or save changes. Now this time I am executing class 2s. Already I have changed startup object. Run this and we are getting the output clearly. Employee ID 1234, employee name, employee age. Separately we are getting the output result is clearly coming. Now I wanted to show you what possible ways to display the output values. Okay, this is one option which is separately include this. Okay, let's comment this. Comment the shortcut is select how many number of lines do you want to give comment section. Comment means what, sir? Your C#.NET compiler ignore the commented lines from the execution. Okay, control forward slash is the shortcut key for comment. Control forward slash. Okay, so this is CTRL plus forward slash I'm using. CTRL plus forward slash. This is the shortcut for commenting. Select again all lines which you want uncomment. Control forward slash I'm using uncomment.
Why I'm commenting? Because this is one way to display the output. Sir, one single statement through also I can display the output. Look at this console.writeLine. So emp id plus some space plus emp name plus some space emp age like this. So this is also possible, sir. Without any description like employee ID, employee name, employee age, we are printing the variable values directly with some space. So now this time when we run, all the values are coming 1, 2, 3, 4 first. Mohan is the second name, third is the age only. But do you want to give description like 1, 2, 3, 4 before? So you can give description like this, employee ID, okay, colon plus concatenation. Here, do you want to give description, one more description like employee name, colon plus. Here also I'm giving description now, employee age, colon like this. So you can give description within the double quotes, which is not real value. The real value, this one only. If I execute this, what is the problem? You can notice that. You can see employee ID 1, 2, 3, 4. There is no space in between. Employee name, Mohan, there is no space in between. Do you want to give space between? Then you can also give space. Look at this employee ID after there is no space. So let's give space plus double quotes. Here employee name after there is no space. Let's give the space plus double quotes like this. So if I include this, we'll get the clarity now, placing the spaces clear. Employee ID 1, 2, 3, 4 space, employee name Mohan space, employee age 40. But sir, can I bring this line by line? Not even like employee ID 1, 2, 3, 4 after this employee name Mohan should come in the next line. Yes, possible. It's very clear. How it is possible means here we have to give /n. /n means next line. The escape sequence, that is new line it is. If I give new line, it's work well, sir. Here you can see this. Same output. But this is one more style. Instead of printing 3 statements, you can finish your task in one line. There is one more option also there. Let me show you, sir. That option is this is only console.writeLine. Instead of what we can say, giving concatenations and plus sign, there is one more option is there. This is $sign we have to place before double quotes. This is called interpolated string concept. We can say that interpolated string name. This is $sign before, and you can see I'm trying to give employee ID. Okay, like this. Double flower bracket we have to use emp ID directly, no concatenation. Similarly, let me copy this with interpolated string. I'm placing 3 statements. I'm placing. Now you can see no concatenation I'm using, which is very simple. Employee name. This is employee name here. Let's take employee name. Here emp name, emp underscore name. Employee age. Here emp underscore age. So without having any concatenation, directly instead of this I'm speaking. See, every time I'm adding plus sign. So instead of concatenation, we use $sign first only. Within the double quotes, I'm passing my description, and everything should be in the double quotes only. This flower brackets, inside the flower brackets, what we include, that is actual value of this variable. So this technique also possible to display the output values clearly, sir. Now you can see we are getting the output same. Employee ID, employee name, employee age, like this, it's working well. Okay. So this is interpolated string option through $sign. What happen if I don't give double flower bracket? No, it's a part of your description. It's not about value. Value is not going to land on it. So you can see employee ID only like this. Not value is going to be stored here. So this is the string description actually. That's what we need to store the value of this variable, no? So that's what we have to enclose the flower brackets or delimiters also we can call it as. This is another style to display the details. There is one more style also there. Let me explain that. If you want to generate some statement or sentence formation, again, I'm using interpolated string concept. Now you can see I wanted to display the details like this. So here double flower brackets, close, emp name, first I'm giving, so name obviously, okay. So address is flower bracket, close, emp address, sorry, address not, id, okay, address, not id, okay. And age is, okay, yes, age is. Then here emp age I'm passing. So orderly I'm giving the values. So this is going to be bring sentence formation like this. So here interpolated string dollar sign I'm using. So emp name variable means what is the emp name? Mohan. ID is employee ID 1234 and age is employee age 40. So the sentence formation is Mohan ID is 1234 and age is 40. It will be there. Now you can see the formation clearly available. So this is the string complete sentence formation. Also, we can display the output values. Mohan ID is 1234 and age is what? 40, like this we are getting. So it's very clear, sir. So this is these many possible ways to display the output values. Directly, you can take each and every console.writeline statements with concatenation, or else one console.writeline statements with multiple statements with new line, or else interpolated string with different lines or sentence formation. What option do you wish to use? You can use it. So these are variables. These are basic types, data types. And now you can see values are initialization here. Okay. But now you can see this. Do you want to ask the values at runtime? Yes, possible. So look at this, the values already inside the program only decided. Like I have initialized the values to the variables respectively, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the employee ID. Okay, Mohan is to the employee name, 40 age is the employee is like this. But I would like to ask the values at runtime, sir. So let's see that program, how to handle it. So this is the next program. I'm adding class, that is class number 3. Now this time I'm taking main method and simply you can see string name equals to this is Mohan and console.writeline, but make sure that this program is not at all accepting the name at runtime. So this I'm giving your name is name. To stay back to our screen, console.read I'm saying. So to execute this program, what should I do? Change the startup object from class 2 to class 3, save changes, and then run. Now notice that your name is Mohan, but I have not at all asking the name at runtime. Directly, this I declare name as string. So string is a group of characters, name is a variable, value is Mohan. But I don't want to declare the value here directly. Instead of that, what my plan is in the output statements through like console.writeline, I'm just asking enter your name. Like this, I'm asking enter your name. The moment when user enter the name at runtime, so I said already in the last lecture, to read a group of characters, we use console.readline statements. Look at this. To read the string characters or group of characters, console.readline is there. So this console.readline is used to read all the string values. So name of the values we are reading. Okay. But notice this, the console.readline is giving error. The error means not, it is warning only. The reason is what actually console.readline method converting null literal or possible null values to non-null type like this it's saying. Means what actually, so the reason is why there is a possibility to enter null values. To avoid null values, we need to do some settings. Fine, let me explain this. We are declaring string as name, console.readline is there, no? So now let's run this program. So you can see we are asking enter name. So I'm entering my input is name Mohan and we are printing your name is Mohan. So this is values we are accepting at runtime. Now even if I try to ask the value at runtime Durga and your name is Durga. So this is taking my inputs is correct. But next whenever we try to give like this, for example, without enter any name, if I enter like this, now it is accepting what, sir? Null only. Your name is null only. Got clarity? That's what it is saying, that warning here. So warning means what? When we place mouse pointer, so read the next line of the characters from the standard input stream. The next line of the characters from the input stream are null if no more lines are available. Null values are accepting clearly. If you go to settings and you can see this very nullable enable is there, no? Nullable are accepting. So I want to disable the nullables here. Nullable concept is disable. That meaning is what? Now you can see once I disable the nullable concept, the warning is completely gone. That means it's clearly accepting the value. Now this time you can see when I don't enter any value, it's okay. There is no warning is coming. So that means nullables are disabled, just because of that only warning is completely hidden. It's null also accepting because we are not going to empty characters also string format only. Now let's run this. I'm trying to give the name is Ganesh, for example. So Ganesh is the name. So this is input values you are accepting. What value you are accepting? That string value you are accepting, like name equals to console.readline. So to read group of characters at running time, we use console.readline method. So this is accepting value. But do you want to check whether the really your value is storing inside the variable name or not? So let's keep the breakpoint. Just checking. This is called debug option. I can say that. Just keep the breakpoint, and after that you can start run. Then automatically you can see this. You have debug mode only right now. Debug mode means tracing mode, line by line execution process. This is when we place mouse pointer on name, it's showing null value right now because no user entered any name. Do you want to proceed next continuation program? Function key plus F11 we have to press from your keyboard. Immediately it will ask you the name. For example, I am giving my suppose name is Ganesh. Press enter. The Ganesh name directly goes and stored into where name variable. Look at this, Ganesh is saying here clearly. Again, do you want to proceed the next line? Function key plus F11. Function key plus F11. Until you get the output window, you can keep on hit function key plus F11. So this is what tracing, just to whether you wanted to store or you wanted to check whether your input is going to store inside the variable or not, we can easily monitor by keeping the breakpoints. Breakpoint means simply click with mouse. Again, do you want to remove breakpoint? Click with mouse, it remove. After keeping breakpoint, what should you do? Directly you can execute. But your breakpoint is there, no? It will stop, it will jump into debug mode. Now place mouse pointer on name. You can easily check whether value is there or not. Value is not there yet. Do you want to execute continuously? Function key plus F11. It will ask you the name in the console window. Enter the name. Okay. So I'm entering my name. Then press enter. It will directly goes your name into name variable. The name is going to store clearly here. Do you want to visualize this name also? XML visualizer, HTML visualizer, JSON visualizer. You can visualize, then it is going to be display your output value clearly. Even XML visualizer also there. You can see visualization XML, XML visualizer format it is. The name. Okay, XML is not enabled. Let's refresh. Let me place mouse pointer, HTML visualizer, JSON visualizer, text visualizer like this. Again, you can, where these the output values are, function key plus F11, output value will be there here in the console window only. Your name is so and so. So this is how to accept the string value at runtime. But whenever you try to accept the integer value, there is a problem, sir. What is the problem? How to rectify that problem while accepting integer values at runtime? In the tomorrow session, we'll discuss. That is, conversion methods are required. Typecasting mechanism is required. That typecasting mechanism is important. And this is the demo session again. So who are new to this session, new students, if you are new students, I recommend to watch my demo videos in our YouTube channel. So just simply go to youtube.com. And in the YouTube search, what I'm asking you, type DURGASOFT simply, sir. DURGASOFT. You can type DURGASOFT. Once you type DURGASOFT, this is official DURGASOFT channel. Now you can see there is a playlist option is there clearly playlist. Even you can see my recent videos, this session videos, 8 p.m. videos only there, demo 3, demo 1, demo 2. Today demo 4 also they'll upload. Okay, even you can include playlist option. And in this playlist, you will see this my .NET Core tutorials by Mr. Mohan Reddy at 8 p.m. IST. So you can watch these videos. Total 5 demos videos they'll upload here, not more than that. After that, you have to enroll for this course. Once you enroll this course, we'll collect your mails from DURGASOFT. After that, I'll share the C#.NET PDF documentation and daily regular basis videos to your Google Drive completely. Okay. So tomorrow is the last demo session. We have a sessions from Monday to Saturday. Only Sunday is the holiday. You can use the same link tomorrow also. And for sure, Monday onwards, the link will be changed. That is paid link only. Whoever enroll for this course, then that students only can able to join from Monday onwards. Tomorrow, as usual, if this link will work for free, no problem. Able to attend the demo session. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can you share your phone number?
No, that's not possible right now. But anyway, once you enroll for this course, we have a WhatsApp group only. All .NET students WhatsApp group we are maintaining. So
Okay,
once
okay, sure.
you
Thanks, sir.
want the number of that group, my phone number clearly available over there. You can feel free to talk anytime, no problem. Right now, at this moment, I can't do. But once you join for this course, then we'll allow you to in the group and you can feel free to talk.
Okay, okay, sure, sir. Thanks, thanks.
Have a nice time. See you tomorrow, sir. Who are new to this session today only are attending this, I strongly recommend to watch my demo videos in our YouTube channel so that you will get clarity.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, which is advisable to use, sir? Null, enable, or disable, sir? Nullable.
No, you have to make enable only so that you will get clarity. There is a concept is there in C#.NET null double type concept. I'll explain that.
Oh, okay, sir. Also, another one doubt.
Hmm.
Can we use the escape sequence /n in string interpolation statement, sir?
Where you are asking, just a moment. I'll share the screen and show you.
Sir.
Go back to this one. I think so. Class 2 you are saying. Let's change class 2 program startup object.
Yes, sir.
You are saying this one only.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now
In that
you are
statement, can we use the escape sequence /n?
okay.
Yeah.
For example, here I'm trying to n here. Suppose just a moment.
Sir.
Here I'm trying to use n only. Let's run this one. And EMP name after I have gives escape sequences. Name after ID is should come in the next line only. So it's coming.
Okay, sir. Fine, sir. That's fine. Okay, sir. Clear, sir.
Yeah.